area. We'll open this up to the public for this ordinance only right now. Anyone, please come forward.
Can I just ask you from here?
Come up a little bit, state your name.
Do you have, Dwayne Belton, 450 High Street, do you have the ordinance here printed tonight anywhere?
Not here right at the moment, no, we can get a copy for you.
Yeah, I mean, or if somebody can give the Cliff Note version of exactly what it is.
Generally, we have a business in town that wants to come in. It's under the relatively new state law. Mount Holly will be the 4th municipality, I believe, statewide. A distillery wants to come under the governor's new law, so it's a special liquor license, and it'll be a distillery.
Okay, so this ordinance is just permitting that one use?
That's the only other.
Yeah, within the redevelopment designated area
Yes.
only.
So it's just that one use?
That one,
Yeah.
Okay.
just like the microbreweries, except this is distilled liquors.
And again, only in the redevelopment area.
Yep.
But it says uses, that's why I was asking if it was
Oh,
more than one
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uses means plural.
Louis,
My name is Louis Lopez, 370 South 1. Is this only website to walk across the street from a bank compliance with the empty building?
This one, this is for the use for a distillery that purchased property at the old train station.
Oh,
Madison
it could be
Madison
anywhere.
Avenue.
It could be in the
It could be
development.
anywhere. It could be anywhere in the redevelopment area, if another one, but this is for the use of this one particular one that wants to come in.
So it could be used for that train track, which a restaurant used to be?
Yep,
Correct.
that's in the zone, correct.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Anyone else in the public? Close the public on ordinance 2016, bring it back to council. Motion?
Motion to approve.
second.
Roll call?
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. DeFalco?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Motion carried unanimously.
Right. Moving on to matters to be presented by the public. Members of the public are invited to submit comments during the public comment portion of this meeting. The council pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act will not publicly discuss personnel matters and may choose not to respond to comments made by members of the public during this portion of the meeting. However, the council will give all comments appropriate consideration and will refer all individual complaints to the township manager or appropriate township representative for resolution. Each citizen will be allotted up to 3 minutes to speak in order to allow everyone the opportunity to express their opinions and concerns. Also, I'd like to let everyone know to please address the council as a whole and not individuals. So with that being said, can we move to public? Anyone in the public, just raise your hand, we'll go that way because we don't have much. Yes, first row. Please come up, state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Janet Rayford, I live at 38 West Monroe Street, and I understand that my block number is letter D, the plow. I got stuck in there 3 times. When I come down there today, my muffler was dragging the snow in the middle of the road. Now, if I lose my muffler, I got stuck 3 times. I'm running my transmission. Where are you ever going to plow it? You plowed the back alley, what about the main street? When do we get out of there?
We have been, Public Works has been working very tirelessly for the past 3 days
Not down our block, maybe up here.
throughout town. We have a procedure set in place that primary roads get handled first, then we move on to certain secondary roads.
Okay, now.
We also
my
have-
husband has an amputated leg, okay? He uses 911 a lot. Now, how's 911 going to get that, how are they going to get my husband out the house? If you're worried about a fire hydrant, I'm worried about 911 getting down there.
I understand. And we will take your address and your street.
West Monroe Street, somebody will be down there tomorrow.
We will have Public Works down there.
I'm not down with, I'm not going to dig out the fire hydrant. I want a place for an emergency squad to get through.
Okay. We will send a plow truck first thing in the morning. Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? Louis?
Over here, my highway council manager, Mr. Leslie. My first question is to is pertaining to the clerk. I put in an open request like approximately a month ago for the minutes of the annual November and the beginning of December. I don't know what's the status, it's been, I think,
I
more than 30
responded to
days.
that 5 minutes after you left. I sent it to your email address.
Is it? Okay, I'm gonna double check. And I wanna thank, for planning the Mahoney Garden. I practically my mom for 3 times, but I want to, thank the program I got to see, took pictures of them. I want to thank, my question is for the Mount Holly Trail. I'm gonna actually, I'm really, thank you for, clarify, if someone want, plow them like manual, could they do it, or do they have a special permission?
Which trail?
Yeah, Mount Holly Trail.
The rail trail down there.
Rails, the trails are rails.
Yeah, we like, pass it, you have to have a special meeting, if you get a couple of people with shovels and, just do it.
Obviously, the manpower has to be dedicated to the streets first.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna be able to put our public works down there. when we
No,
shovel.
problem, look, I
Oh,
mean,
you're
like,
asking if you could go down
yeah,
there and
there were a
shovel?
couple of people of it. Do we need
That's a
to-
lot to shovel. If you wanna go at it, feel free, that's 2 feet of snow and.
And, this year, you're gonna have the first night, first night for this year, you think?
First night,
Yes.
that would have been on New Year's Eve, and that's Main Street, not Holly Township.
Like I said, can't wait, for the Fire and Ice Festival this weekend.
Yep.
Can't taste the chilies. And, like I said, I think, like, to waiting. We should start looking at getting $15,000 so I can move to a new house faster. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Mr. Kaufman?
Hi, Mike Coughlin from 126 Ashurst Lane. Last meeting, I brought to the council's attention a complaint that Richard DeFalco filed against the John Brainerd PTA as the mayor, with no kids in the school, that he received a complaint from a resident, correct?
Yes, you addressed the
Okay.
public.
Under the Oprah, I was able to receive that full complaint that he sent to the state of New Jersey for that PTA. So, thanks to the township clerk for getting that to me. There was no record of a resident complaining to Mr. DeFalco at that point, so I wonder where that official complaint is. There's no record of that.
We do not have a record of that in our system, or else you would have received it through your Oprah request.
I'd like to know how that resident contacted Mr. DeFalco.
I cannot answer that.
Will he answer? Someone who's got a lot to say, you're not saying much tonight. How did that resident contact you?
First, Ms. Lopez in the back, we have rules on recording, and those are not permitted in here. Thank you.
How did that
Facebook post later, you can't, you can put tags on there.
How did that resident contact you?
My contact came to me confidential, and for that point, will not be discussed during the meeting.
Well, the fact that you made a public complaint about that as the mayor, I think
Mike,
that,
do you have something
Hold on,
that's,
why- I
do you
listen
have
to you.
something that's township related to discuss up here?
sure, you as the mayor filed a complaint. Now,
All this is you harassing me.
no, it's not harassment. I wish you would let me finish my questions. You're very good at manipulating, not answering questions. So the resident contacted you privately. Did you go to the PTA president after that resident contacted you to confirm about what was being said?
I have no further comments.
Okay. Did you contact the school principal about what that resident said?
Again, Mike, I have no further
Okay.
comments.
Did you contact the superintendent of the schools about that one resident said?
Mike, you're being
Mike.
redundant.
Okay, so you take a resident's word that doesn't exist, we all know who that resident is,
Again, this
and you take that resident, You take that
I
resident-
understand that you're very passionate about this, but this is no longer a council issue.
You, Oprah requested what you asked for. We provided what we were able to provide to you that we had. This is no longer a council issue. So any more questions like this or something like that, we're not gonna be able to address. One, we do take,
I would like to start an ethical complaint, and I'd like to know the procedure of that process, because you personally broke the will of those 4 women. While you were complaining to the state, you had,
Mike, your time's up.
no, it's not.
It is.
Because you
That's 3
interrupt me.
minutes, your time.
Well, when everyone's done
Mike, your
speaking, I will
time's up.
come back for my 3 minutes.
anybody else like to speak? And yes.
Randy Rothwell, 33 Union Street. I just had a question about resolution 1637, the ERI contract award. Is that for inspection of the dams?
It's for the dam, yes.
I just didn't know what it was, inspection, and it says inspection and engineering services. Are they doing any services on there, or is that any services that might need to be done on the dam?
Kind of all encompassing.
And that's for the main dam, or is that for all dams in town? All the, like the Woman Lake, or is that that's the,
The woman.
it is for the Woman
Yeah,
Lake?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Received a letter from the state, so we have to.
We have to.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted clarification, because I wasn't sure what that was in reference to, so thanks.
Mr. Belton?
I'm not sure, I saw today you had Public Works out working on some of the corners, but us being a walking district, I'm not sure if you're aware that we have a lot of corners that are not clear, and I'm not exactly sure whose responsibility that is, but if we're gonna have school tomorrow, I don't know if you're intending on having folks work tonight, but the one that we really should address is Garden and High, because that one, unless the Quakers get out there and start removing a lot of stuff, is a major intersection we're gonna have a problem with in the morning. Union Street, I saw they cleared in front of Sacred Heart, but, driving all over town, I know it was a huge amount of snow, but we are gonna have issues at the corners. And it's bad enough with people walking in the street because the sidewalks aren't clear. But when we get to the corner and we're gonna have a kid jumping over, or they can't even jump over it. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna get, once they get to the corner, across the streets. So I don't know if you have anybody available, but that's something you should look at tonight if you can, all right?
All right. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
I just wanted to know, like,
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Name
oh,
and
my, I'm
address.
sorry.
That's okay.
My person is Kristen Lopez at 106 Branch Street. I just want to know why you personally attacked me when I've seen other people recording things in the past.
There is a procedure that we have in place that you must apply and obtain
Oh, okay.
permission from council to record.
Okay,
Actually, let's go to the
somebody's
clerk, and the
asked-
clerk will give you permission. It's just a letter. Asking to
Okay,
record.
okay.
It's
Well,
just-
just I've recorded for someone else before, and I was not aware of that rule.
Yes.
So that's why I just wanted
It just probably
clarification.
wasn't noticed at that time, so being that there's a lot less people in the crowd today, it was more obvious.
Okay, I just didn't know, and I wanted.
It was definitely
Yeah, I was gonna
General.
explain that to you
Okay.
before.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate to be shouted across the room, you know.
Understood.
That. You know, I'm a resident, you know.
Yes.
you talk to me.
All right, thank you. All right. Anybody else? Mr. Kaufman? We're not going to
No, I-
entertain
I understand.
any of these comments, and if
Okay.
you get out of hand, I will ask you to leave.
I understand. The last question I had is, so a resident came to Richard DeFalco, and he didn't go to the PTA, he didn't go to the school, he didn't go to the superintendent. He went straight to the state PTA without confirming anything that was said by that one resident. Here you have a resident who's got concerns, and I can't even get an answer. I'm a resident, that is a private I'm here in public begging for answers where that resident privately went to him. It doesn't seem right. Yes, I got the information from the township clerk, So now you're saying, okay, be happy that you got the information, but we're not gonna allow you to do anything with the information. He knows it's wrong, he knows what he did was wrong, and you guys are protecting him. I just don't understand it.
Open requests to clear the documents within the township possession. If there's no other written document in possession, everything's been complied with as provided. If there was no written complaint received by the township, and it's not kept in the regular course of business by the clerk, what's been provided has been complied with.
You don't see it unethical, last question, unethical that you can file a complaint against someone with no documentation? You pretty much broke the will of the entire John Brainerd's women. Those women do not want to do anything because while you're sitting here and your wife is sitting here threatening them all down, it's not fair. My agenda is my kids go to the schools that are suffering because the parents are lacking participation because the two of you make it very difficult for parents to participate in schools. And as a parent, Mr. Jones, you should know, it's hard to get volunteers. It's very hard to get volunteers. And when you have volunteers and you break their backs and you break their will, that is just wrong. And that's why I'm passionate. Because for 3 years, I've worked with all these kids that you hurt. That's all I'll say.
Thank you. If there's nobody else, I'd like to close the public portion. Seeing no hands, public portion is closed. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Here we go. We have a few resolutions. We have Resolution 2016-35, resolution authorizing the application for RCASA Municipal Alliance Grant 2016-17. Resolution 2016-36, resolution authorizing acceptance of proposal and award of contract for tree removal services to Cornerstone Tree Care. Resolution 2016-37, resolution authorizing acceptance of proposal and award of contract for inspection, and engineering services to Environmental Resolution Inc. Resolution 2016-38, resolution authorizing the my mouth is drying now. Execution of a grant between, a contract between the Township of Mount Holly and the American Emergency Squad. A resolution 2016-39, resolution to amend resolution 2016-29, a resolution authorizing a Green Acres project agreement for blocks 86, lots 1, 2, 27, 23, otherwise known as the portions of Mill Dam Park. We also have the approval of department reports, vital statistics for December. Any questions?
I have none. I'll offer a motion to approve the consent agenda as read by the mayor.
Second.
I have one question, but Cornerstone Tree Care, sorry. It's okay, we have a motion second, but I just have one. Have we used them in the past? I remember reading a report and I couldn't remember which one, so, okay. That was the only question I had to that. So we have a first and a second, roll call please.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. DeFalco?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Do we have, moving on matters presented by the Township Manager? Mr. Brown?
Just make sure that public works is out there for the record.
Appreciate it. Matter presented by the solicitor? Counsel?
Yes, I'd just like to say that our MLK Day is very successful. Diana did a great job on behalf of Mount Holly Recreation, her and Brianna and Ryan. It was very successful and we made the media and I think it'll be twice as big next year. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Mr. Falco?
Yes, I'll second that. I'll also add, Brianna did a great help there. It was double the size, and a lot of great activities happened that day, so thank you for everything that you did. Big difference. We have coming up this Saturday, Fire and Ice. We have chili contest, we have ice carving. In the morning, please make sure you go out and you visit all the carvers, you taste the chili. I believe it's in the back of Vincent's this year, all the chili. So if you're looking for it, that's where it's going to be staged.
Just a reminder, there's a Christmas tree still in the center of town.
Yes. We leave it there for Fire and Ice. It's been requested.
Dwayne, I questioned it the other day
Believe
too.
me, just in case you forgot, I mean, obviously it's
forget.
not gonna be down before fire and ice, but
They
It's gonna look
requested
pretty
that it be,
special.
they requested that it be up.
it'll be pretty special with that tree with all the pictures of fire and ice in the background, will be remembered.
All right, anything else? No. We had a big snowstorm. We have been receiving some calls about roads, and we are working on it. We are taking it very seriously. We are understaffed. We were depleted in the department for years. We were trying to rebuild it. Our equipment is ancient. Saturday, Mr. Brown, Mr. DeFalco and I drove around, went down to the Public Works, talked to them, see if there's anything that they needed. They had 2 trucks break down. 15-year-old trucks. We don't have mechanics on staff to be fixing stuff, and it's kind of hard to fix a transmission. But with that, we made a few phone calls. We were able to work well with the the MUA. They lended us a hand. The county jumped in and brought a couple trucks out to help. Also with the school board, they donated 2 trucks to compensate the 2 trucks that we lost. I think I would actually like to see if we can propose a letter of thank you.
Absolutely.
To those individuals for their service to help us out. But we know that there's walking issues, there's still road issues. It's difficult, especially the town that we live in with the one-way streets and a lot of on-street parking and 2 feet of snow. Kind of hard to see curbs when it's just all snow.
Not a slow to move too.
And then you have residents throwing snow back in the roads, which then just plows them right back in. To me, that never made sense, but we will work on that. And that's basically all I have for tonight. Our next meeting is February 8th. 7 p.m. So with nothing else, make a motion to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you guys all.